Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Alrighty, hello and welcome back to Tabletop Dubshot, a live-action D&D game with all baristas. I am Renee, your dungeon master, and with me is Bela,
Who plays Val?
PE,
Buka.
and Jordan.
As Pierce.
Last we left off, our group of friends have finally made their way to Stey, Caria, a light, snowy day, as they got to visit the school where Valentina had spent the last 5 years. While this was happening, they made their way to the dorms to try to find a somewhat wardrobe change, and in that met a very snobby Merelda, who was asking a lot of questions, seemed a little curious, but through all of that, went about her way. And afterwards, they made their way deeper into the forest that surrounds Lenneth Academy, the academy where Val has been attending, to go visit her paternal figure, the man that has been helping raise her after Darcy, her maternal figure, had announced that he had been hurt. As they made their way to Thell's cabin, Darcy happened to be there. She let them in, and they found Thell unconscious and injured. And she had shared already that some of his injuries had not been able to be cured over the last couple of days. There seemed to be no recovery happening. And over doing some investigating, they found some level of poisoning that seems to have happened and is preventing him from fully being healed. While investigating the rest of the cabin, they also found 2 letters from Thell and his wife that he didn't really seem to talk about a whole lot. Just the 2 correspondences, as well as a short sword, a gladius of some type. And in the midst of this, and as they were also looking at some of his injuries, they also discovered both on the pommel of the sword, as well as originally almost looking like a tattoo, but then realizing that it was a branding of some type. They realized that he was a part of a mercenary group that had been seen out in Oxa. And through all of this, they made their way as they uncovered what the illness is. It is an illness that Buka and Pierce had seen to some capacity called whisper rot. They made their way to the greenhouse, try to find some herbs and medicinal herbs. They hear the sound of a sword unsheathing, and that is where we are now. The greenhouse itself, I had mentioned, is massive. You guys feel incredibly the heat of the actual building already, and the humidity of the actual building already causing you guys to sweat a little bit. And as you guys are investigating this incredibly dark greenhouse, the actual building is set up in a series of 2 rows, basically, where a lot of the herbs and plants are kept. And so there's almost like 3 paths in. So like a path, row of plants, a path, row of plants, and a path. And you guys were dead center, but you guys hear the sword unsheathing maybe about 10 feet away from you from the other side.
Other side in front of us?
Behind, I guess, 2 of you guys. Or I guess behind you guys, because you guys were looking already at some of the herbs and plants and stuff. But you guys hear the shing from behind you guys.
Pierce, is that your... I look at Pierce to see if his sword is drawn.
I think Pierce, I mean, if I'm the last one to have come in, and I think I would have been, I would have immediately turned around hearing the sword. Hyper focused on like trying to find where it came from.
I don't know who you are, but make your way out if you want to leave with all of your appendages. Huge plants covering him at first. This gravelly voice and the person that it belongs to make their way past a large bush of some kind, and that was part of the coverage that he was using. You guys see cloaked figure, like a deep maroon color, like almost the color of dried blood. But you can see that his sword is in front of him, pointing to you guys. Not in a very threatening way, not in a way, but you could tell as you guys are looking, an expert swordsman of some kind. As this figure continues walking, not incredibly tall, probably standing maybe about 5'6", 5'7", but you guys can't get a full glimpse of his face, as the already dark greenhouse is even cast more so in a shadow. His face is cast more so in a shadow as the cloak is over him.
I'm keeping my hand on my sword, but I'm not gonna draw it at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I think at that point too, Pierce probably turned and hearing sword, you know what that sounds like.
Right.
And as he sees that your hand, obviously the blade's not out, but he sees your hand on the sword and looks at you and just says, I wouldn't try that.
Val, do you know this man?
Do I know this man?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
With an 11, I say I do not know this man.
I'll say with an 11, it's hard to see at the edge of just whatever light is coming in from the greenhouse. You just see honestly, just part of his nose, part of his chin. Even with the dim lighting, you could tell skin tone to match the red cloak. A little bit brighter, but you can't really get a full glimpse of the face. Don't recognize the voice. But on the actual cloak itself, you notice a symbol that is prevalent to the area that you're in, but it is the symbol of House Karzari.
Oh,
The symbol looking like it's almost like a flat dish or a plate of some kind, and then it's a swirl, and then there's a trident at the top.
I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting this specific member of House Karzari with a look of what the cloak symbolizes, or the symbol on his cloak.
As you say that, there's a moment where he just pauses and then just says, House Karzari would appreciate if you would leave here peacefully. And then immediately, a little bit behind that voice, you hear another voice speak up and just says, Doran, their children, put the sword down. A human man makes his way, dressed in kind of similar color garb, but this one is a robe of some type. It's closed up. Obviously, it's also been snowing outside, but it's a red robe. It's closed up, golden sash, and it's around his waist. Big belly, larger man, probably standing about 5'11", 6 feet. Notice a large beard that's very, very neatly braided into a tight golden ring. Dark skin, bushy eyebrows, the bushiest of eyebrows, and seems like an older man, probably in his early to mid 40s. And you can just tell, even as the light is coming in, there's a gleam on his head as there's just a ring of hair, bald spot on top. Put the sword, children, and looks over at Pierce. Please, no need for violence. I humbly request, we can solve this, I think, having just words. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Val.
Val?
Mine's Pierce.
Pierce?
And I'm Buka. And I'm wondering if you could help us find something really quick.
What is it that you're looking for?
We need some plants.
Oh. Yeah, you're probably in the right spot. I gonna be extremely honest with all of you. I don't know what any of these plants are. No, we were walking and it was really cold and it smells really nice in here and it's very, very warm. I could not tell you what any of these things are, but perhaps, and looks over at what you guys assume to be his bodyguard. And he looks over and just, Doran, we don't need the hood. Put the sword. I apologize. And then he looks over and he's just like, oh, my liege. Or no, he doesn't say that. Sorry. Scratch what I said, because I do have a title for him. As this bigger man is telling his bodyguard that, the armed guard says, Archforge. We don't know who they are. And Val, no roll necessary. As he says Archforge, you guys are standing face to face with Archforge Vicar Karzari, head of the Karzari noble house. And it's also the region where you guys are a part of. I think we'll be fine. It looks over at the three of you guys. Do you promise not to try to kill me?
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
Look, look, they're promising. Look, his hands are up, and you can see at all of his years of training is as he's looking and just, yes, Archforge puts his sword away. pulls back his cloak, and you guys see red skin, a very well kept beard, and horns that are pointed behind him as he is a tiefling man. Even underneath the cloak, you can tell he's wearing some kind of armor of some type. The sword is away, hood's down, and looks over at everybody and just says, "I'll be keeping an eye on everybody." And the Archforge says, "Yes, yes, yes. He'll be keeping an eye on everybody. But maybe, Thorn, you could help them with us looking for. Do you know?"
Oh, yes, yeah. So I'm going to walk towards Durin and I'm going to start describing the plant. So I'm looking for a leafy green plant. It kind of looks like this one, but it's not quite this one. And then I'm also looking for a yellow moss. And I'm gonna like kind of brush by him and not really like touch him at all, but like, excuse me, okay.
Yeah.
And then we've looked down this row already, and maybe we can continue this way.
Looks over at the Archforge and he just like nods, kind of like, "Yeah." Almost like a parent trying to push his child to play with kids he doesn't know. What is it? For what purpose do you see
Right.
them?
We're trying to heal Whisper Rot.
As you say that, there is a moment where the smile hasn't fully left the Archforge's face, but you could tell there's a moment where he doesn't try to really hide it. So you guys, I think, notice it, and they share a look. And the Archforge speaks up and says, "That's serious illness. Is there a kin of yours or a friend that?"
My father.
Looks over at Doran, and then Doran nods and says, "Yes, yeah, yes, of course." And you see that he starts walking alongside Buka. And then he goes, and there's like a point where he swords away. So he pulls out like a short like a dagger of some kind. And there is his plant, incredibly large leaves that he slices two of them. And he has a knapsack of some kind. And you see, as he's making his way down, seems familiarized with the plants and is putting stuff away. Buka, as he's alongside you at this point, sharing, he's saying that the leaves are feverfew. We're going to need sun moss, valerian root, ginger, and milk thistle.
Okay, yeah. Valerian root, ginger, and milk thistle?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I know what ginger looks like, so I'll go get that.
Yeah, and then I'll say that you guys are, I mean, at this point, there is a little bit of navigating, but I'll say that he's staying kind of close to you, Buka. I think also you can see that he, again, as someone that has lived maybe on the other side of the law, you're used to when more government official or guard type keep an eye on you. And it genuinely feels like that. Like he's helping you look, but he's constantly, like he's staying behind you. He's very mindful to keep some level space between you. So I would say that's not an unfamiliar feeling, I think, for someone of Buka's background. But he is helping you. He is either pointing to some of the stuff or grabbing it himself. But you guys are making your way down. As that's happening, the Archforge looks over at you, Val, and just says, "I'm so sorry that your father is going through this. Has the illness been with him long?"
I'm not too sure. I was away to take care of some business of a friend, but I came back and found him like that in his home, our home. So
That's incredibly foul work. Are you, looks over at a uniform that you're wearing and just says, because I think we had said last episode that you had changed into school stuff.
yes,
You attend here.
yes. And again, thank you so much for helping us. It means the world to me and my friends here. And it really is a blessing to meet you, Archforge, especially with everything going on right now.
Yes. This was my moment of peace and solitude out of the cold, but I don't always make time to visit Lenneth all the time, but it just seemed like a good meeting space for everybody. But no, the Whisper Rod that's nasty. That's the work of assassins.
Assassins. Have you dealt with it before?
There's like a small nod, just comes with my line of work, but I don't think that if you've been able to see him and he seems to be of some strength, then Doran should be able to whip up a medicine and a salve of some type. But we can probably have that up in the next hour or so.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
You
he
are
kind of
so
does it all.
lucky. Yeah. And scares children.
Yeah, yes. But we do what we can. But Fore Marshal, pointing to Doran, is very adept at what he does, and sometimes can be a little overzealous and making sure that I'm safe. But if you're attending here, you are part of you are underneath the banner of my home, and so your father as well, and so they will be taken care of.
From the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate that.
Of course. Looks over at Pierce. Also attend the school, or?
I do not. A friend of Val and I came with her to just be here with her during this time.
Of course. I'm gonna be honest. If you all just arrived recently, looks over at Pierce. You came at a really bad time. We're having a meeting with some of the houses of Stey Caria, so it gets a little stodgy with a lot of the houses. But I think you hopefully don't have to be around when some of them are just not nice people. So I am hoping that you can steer clear, because as excitable as Doran can get, some of the protectors of the other houses have a capacity to overreach.
Sounds like we were lucky that you two were the two that we interacted with and happened to run into.
I'm coming from the shortest distance. My home is, only about a day's travel away. So I figured I should come in and ready the events for everybody. And at that point, at any point, do you feel like, Buka, you would have been like doing small talk, or do you think you would just?
Yeah. So Duran, how did you get so good at this medicine and your knowledge of these plants?
I must protect the Archforge.
Right.
It is my sole duty.
Okay. Has the Archforge gotten Whisper Up before?
I'm not at liberty to speak about that.
Does he wink at me?
I'm not saying that he did.
Right.
I'm just saying that I can't say if he did or
right. He definitely has no feelings towards Whisper Up. We just know which.
I'm not making. This isn't. Yes.
Okay.
As you look, that one's probably honestly, out of all the herbs you're gathering, that's probably the largest. It is the size of a watermelon. The moss is massive, starting with a incredibly red center, and there's a gradient as it just becomes a orange to yellow, looking like a small sun moss.
Nice.
That's cool.
This was kind of pretty. I stop and acknowledge it and just admire it for a moment.
That one is more than large enough, but it also is incredibly tasteful. There's a very rich, sweet taste to it.
Oh. Can I take a little bit and eat it?
Yeah. And again, this thing is massive. So as you kind of take a bite, it's incredibly, it's kind of like jackfruit as far as when you're trying to eat at it. And it is the most bitter thing that you have ever eaten in your entire life.
Is so good. Did you?
It was a joke. Turns around and starts walking away.
I spit and scratch on my tongue.
The taste persists. But the sun moss being the last.
Funny, this one. This guy is funny. Don't eat the moth.
Do not speak of my humor. I am not funny. But yeah, you guys start making your way back. And I think you guys catch that last part of the conversation. Dorian seemed very familiar with a lot of the plants and herbs. It doesn't seem like he knew exactly where stuff was, but like the moment he would spot something, he would like either point to it or grab it himself. But seems incredibly adept at this part of the job. As you guys all make your way back to the center, again, you guys are still in this incredibly dark greenhouse. The Archforge speaks up. Well, Fore Marshal, would you assist in creating the medicine? And he nods. And he has to look around for a little bit, but he finds a small, almost like a stone and pestle, and starts combining stuff. And there's a point where he reaches into what looks like a water skin, adds some water, and just starts making like a paste of some kind. As you see that he is tearing more intentional amounts of certain of the herbs than others. And then as you guys look at it, there is a point after about 4 or 5 minutes of him just grinding away at it where it does start become like a pretty thick paste of some type. And even with the limited view and light that you guys have in here, a not pretty green yellow. Like it genuinely looks like vomit.
Yummy.
But as he's doing that, just this incredibly fresh herbal smell is emanating as he's grinding away at the plants and the herbs. Buka, back of your tongue, you just have a brief bitter as the smell reaches you again. You just still taste it.
Mm-hmm. We are familiar with this antidote, right? For Whisper Rot?
Yes and no.
Okay.
What you guys are looking at 100% looks more like an actual, like a home remedy. And so I will say, because you both have, again, not a crazy amount, but have had some experience with it, the smell feels right.
Cool.
But as you guys are looking at it, the actual consistency doesn't. But as you guys are smelling it, it does seem like the right combination.
Awesome.
Well, there you go. And just hands over the stone to Buka.
Oh, thank you. Do you think this would cover 3 or 4 wounds?
Just nods.
Perfect. I look over at Val and Pierce. We have it. We can go.
You should go. They're welcome to go. You can't. She's at school. You can't. Yes, Archforge.
It was a pleasure meeting both of you. You really came at an opportune moment for us.
Yes.
Thank you for not killing us.
He looks over. He's like, he wouldn't. I'm glad things worked out the way they did. But just a small recommendation. I would say, please. I know, obviously, you're here for school and classes. Your friends are obviously visiting. I would say, just if you see someone dressed incredibly well with someone next to them that looks like a guard or of some type,
I look at Durin.
I would steer clear, at least for the next few days. Like I said, some of the houses, I think, will see you all as the other students or as visitors to Stey Caria in a more kind light. But I can't speak for all of the houses.
What houses specifically should we avoid?
If
you weren't being so diplomatic, of course, under the table, we won't tell anyone.
I will humbly stay quiet for that. But I think I feel like you all seem like good judges of character. Just take a look. I don't know.
I look at Durin and I mouth the words, all of them? Should we just all? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nods. Well, I think with that, I should probably be making our way to where we will be staying. But please be safe. Obviously, looks over at as how you guys are dressed and just says, please stay warm. The winter or the cold here can be a little unforgiving.
Right.
And then they go and they start heading out. At this point, as you guys are staying there, Archforge goes first, and then the 4 marshal right behind him. They make their way through the opposite door of where you guys originally came in.
Mm-hmm. Well, if there's 7 more of them, 6 more of them.
There's 8 more of them.
8 more. 9 total.
Cool. So if there's 8 more of them, we've got a lot of bigwigs to avoid.
It's okay. We just look like students, right?
Well,
I look down at my capris.
We are early for as far as this event, and as he mentioned, he's only here now because he lives the closest. But he recognized that he is also early. So I think if we just try to avoid to stay too long. We'll be all right.
Do you think everybody's only bringing one guard?
That's usually the rules, right?
Val, go ahead and make a history check and go ahead and do it with advantage.
Okay. I love my -1 in history. Oh, that is a 0.
Did you get that one?
Yeah.
You're unsure.
No, wait. I got a 7. I got an 8. I only did the first roll.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's crazy. That was 2 nat ones.
It's double nat ones.
Anyway, so it was a
That's pretty wild.
17. There we go.
17. With the 17, you do know something. You know that because you've at this point been living for Stey Caria for a little over 5 years at this point. It is traditional that the house has one, like kind of like one guard. Specifically, they are known as a protector. Like their official job title is protector. But even though they're all, the other thing you would know as far as just who their protector is, something that you would know, and I think the way that the Archforge spoke of Doran as the Four Marshal, is that even though they're all within Stey Caria, each house is its own political entity. And so different houses have different like titles. You happen to live in Lenneth, which falls under House Karzari. Head is known as the Archforge, and his guard is known as a Four Marshal. But different houses will have different titles for the head of the house and different titles for their protector. But the protector is like the overall term used.
We are extremely lucky that we met this one and not the other ones, though.
I'll say also because you asked the question, and there's enough wealthy people who live in Stey Caria. Also say with a 17, one of the houses that I don't know if you know if they're like good people or not, but I would say Val probably has a distaste for is House Nixvarn, because their granddaughter is Merelda, who had the pleasure of all meeting today. So out of all the houses, that's probably one where Val just has a distaste for the house because she probably has a distaste for Merelda.
Do you share this information with the team?
Yes. So you know that
You can say it.
So you know that bitch. No, you know that lovely person that we met earlier outside our my door.
Yeah, that was a capital B. Yeah.
It was a bitch with a capital B.
Yeah.
That's lovely Miss Merelda.
She's a princess?
No, she is just a granddaughter of one of the houses that if she's anything like the head of that house, I do not want anything to do with them at all.
Yeah, and I feel like just at least in the this is I guess out of game, but the character that I have from Merelda, you know that the head has come up before, the head of the household.
He brings it up. Yeah,
100%.
My grandpapa will hear about this.
Kind of, but this is grandmama.
Oh, my grandmama will hear about this.
I'll again add it on to your 17. The head of House Nixvarn is Lady Velistra Nixvarn. Velistra.
Nixvarn.
Nyxvarn.
That's not how I thought that was spelled. Nyxvarn.
Varn.
Beautiful.
So close. Nix. I had an F.
Oh,
I had
Barn.
Yeah.
Nixvarn. But I would say you know the names of the other houses, but as far as like who's a good house or not, you actually don't even know if House Nixvarn's a good house or not. You just don't like them.
Yeah. I lean into Pierce as I'm taking in, the architecture and the fact that they have a greenhouse in this Arctic state of of the country. So exactly how much money do you think it costs to go here?
A lot.
And if there are princesses going here, does that mean Val is also a princess?
I mean, she said that she's not like technically a princess.
Right.
I can hear you guys.
I'm walking away with Pierce. We're one arm over the shoulder walking out
I'm
of
not-
the greenhouse.
If anything, I am an heir, but we don't want that.
I think you're ranting by yourself walking behind us.
I hear her say heir though, so I'm like, I think maybe we should consider her an heir.
Heiress?
I don't know for sure.
Heiress. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's important, but we also do know who the queen is. And
Oh, we do.
So that
Okay.
would mean Val for sure, not a princess. We
Also,
do know that much.
she was
Right.
a princess. I was never a princess, and this is just in the background as they're walking. I wouldn't want to be a princess. I mean, queen's kind of cool, but princess is never.
You know, I've been having a lot of fun on these adventures, but life was a lot simpler when I was just a bartender.
That's on you.
We will kind of flash forward a little bit as you guys, I'm assuming with medicine in hand now, back to Thell's cabin.
Mhm.
You guys make your way there again, and as you guys make your way there, Darcy opens up the door again. You're back already?
We made some friends.
Honey, that's so great. I'm so glad. I
I guess
know.
we could call them that.
No, that I mean, I think it's great. I think even, I don't know, someone that you can chat with. I think that's so good.
Mm,
I'm so proud of
I don't-
you.
I don't know if he'll be much accessible, but yeah, we ran into the head of House Karzari.
Pale. You've never.
He was really nice.
He was really nice.
What?
His
It's okay. We
marshal-
have this. Let's try this.
right.
Time is of the essence.
His floor marshal really helped us out, and he knows his plans.
It's the fourth marshal that you live. Oh,
He
God's
almost
praise.
killed us. Yeah.
Valentino.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
We'll talk
He's
about this
really
later.
nice. Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
And funny.
She turns around and she's just muttering to herself. What? The four marshal? The Archforge? What? But you guys make your way in, able to close the door. And you guys still see Thell. Still laying down, eyes still closed, shallow breathing. And you guys can tell, even from the time you've been gone, it's been mitigated a lot, but there is still some like fresher blood. It doesn't seem to be a pooling as crazy as it was before when you guys first encountered him. But you can still tell that it's been bleeding through a little bit.
Okay. Who wants to help me spread this?
I think we need fresh bandages.
Yes, of course. And then Darcy jumps into action. There's like a portion of like it's on a chair, but on it you could tell there's fresh blankets, fresh gauze. And then she says, let me get some fresh water as well. And then she goes or immediately has water already like in a kettle steaming up on a little like fire stove.
Okay. I think I want to give Val the help action.
Valentina, go ahead and give me a medicine check, and you can do it with advantage. Since you
Good
guys have
thing.
the medicine and you guys also have that. I'll say with something like this, and I think the help that Buka can give, especially since he's seen it before, the realistic part of the way the Whisper Rod is working is the wound itself is infected. And so part of the reason why we're even doing a medicine check is that she will have to get it in. And so, but making sure that it doesn't stress the wound even more. So go ahead and give me the medicine check and go ahead and do it with advantage.
Perfect. So got a +3 in medicine. And first one, 18. Second one, we're going to stick with that 18.
Woo!
18 is a great roll. You go in, again, the actual, it almost does feel like a paste of some kind. You, in a not incredibly pretty fashion, but you kind of just get a goop of it. And there's like a point where the bandages come off and blood is coming out. Again, not as heavily. You guys were able to do a little bit of magic before, but you start to put the medicine into the actual wound itself. The worst one being whatever slash that he has on his side. And immediately, as soon as you even just touch the skin around it, there's just a wince of
Sorry, Thell.
and you just start packing it in. And there's a point where I'll say Buka and Pierce, you start to see this, but he starts to like move as the pain of the wound being packed in there with the medicine is starting to like take effect. But you see he's starting to like thrash a little bit.
I
You
think
guys
I'm-
hold his legs and his arms.
Yeah, I'm helping by hopefully pinning him down as much as I can.
Yeah. And then, yeah, and you see this, and Pierce, you see this as well. So you guys he's not like like to the point where he's going to hurt somebody, but you could tell, like, even unconscious, his body is immediately trying to move away from the pain. But you guys are able to hold him down. Val, you're working as quickly as you can, and you just hear just winces of pain, but you're able to pack in the wound on the side as well as some of the arrow wounds that he has almost like pockmarked on his body. But you start to go in, and once you finish that last part of it, his thrashing stops a little bit, and his breathing still shallow, but the three of you guys have already seen him at his worst. The breathing becomes a little bit more natural, a little bit more rhythmic. And I think for the first time, you guys see, still unconscious, but see that he doesn't seem to be in as much. It's, oh, thank the gods. This, I don't know what you did, but it worked.
We got really lucky. And I feel bad. It was a painful process, but it'll get better.
No, he's fine. He'll be crying at this point. I start smiling and laughing a little bit. No, it's fine. The old bastard can take it. Looks over at Pierce and Buka. Thank you so much. Having you three here has been honestly the sun in the storm these last couple of days. So I thank you so much.
I think Buka is. I'm exhausted from trying to hold him down. Yeah, anything we can do. I think I'm just hoping that he's out of it now. He's out of the worst. Has anybody stopped by the house at all since he's been here? Since you've been here?
Just me. I've been the only one that has visited. So I think most people still think he's gone because he had said he was going to be gone for a few days, and he didn't exactly have time to report with everybody that he was coming back. So I think people might still think he's gone.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I've just been telling people that I've been tidying up at the cabin, but
I think maybe we should probably keep it that way for a while until he's better.
At what point, I guess, when was he supposed to be back, and at what point do you think somebody else may try to check in?
I mean, he left maybe about 5 days ago, so he left kind of unexpectedly, but I don't know if he gave a timeline to the school or if people know. I mean, Thell in general just keeps to himself anyways. So I don't think most people know what his name is, but
that's
Right.
why we like him.
Yeah.
that's why you like him. I don't think that's why.
There's nothing wrong with anonymity.
Sounds like he prefers it that way, anyways.
You
She
said
nods.
that he hasn't reported that he's back. Who, not to sound rude at all, but who cares that he's gone?
I mean, I'm assuming the school would probably want him to continue helping groundskeep, but
Okay. Whew, It's just work then. Just work.
no, he honestly maintains and then looks past you guys to the door outside. Honestly, kind of what he does is he maintains a lot of the traps that are in the woods around Lenneth. I'll be very honest. The path to and from, has its own dangers, but that's probably one of the few safe spaces in these woods. The woods themselves are fairly dangerous.
Do we think we should be checking in on those? Do you know the last time he checked on them to make sure they're okay?
I'm assuming it might have been right before he left, but also looks over. I wouldn't recommend it. I honestly don't even know where half of those traps and snares are. There's creatures and there's plants out there that are incredibly dangerous, and he helps maintain a boundary so that every now and then we'll have a random large animal like an owl bear or something that makes its way past. But in general, we haven't really had an incident, so I know he maintains that. But as far as where they are or upkeep, I couldn't even tell you.
Okay. Well, I guess we just wait now.
Obviously, there's not a lot of space here, but obviously, you're all more than welcome to spend the night. We have extra blankets. I know, obviously, Valentina, you have your dormitory, but again, you're all more than welcome to spend the night here.
I don't want to see Merelda again, so she asks too many questions. So I think we should stay here.
Wonderful. And then looks over at Book and Pierce. It wouldn't be very comfortable, but I can prepare a place on the floor for you all with some of the blankets. Valentina, you can just stay where you normally do. And then you see she walks over. She casts the hot and grabs what is a Murphy bed and pulls it down. You realize there's been a portion of the wall that is dedicated to it's genuinely probably the size of like a cot at best, or maybe like a twin size bed. But you see that she pulls it down and she says, looks over at Pierce and Buka and just says, sometimes Val likes to be away from the rest of the students, especially Merelda.
She's a bitch.
She's a bitch. I mean, there's an unkindness streak in her.
Right.
But she was her bitch of a grandmother. But
Mm-hmm.
All the time, she's always Lady Velistra, my grandmother. And anyways, I should not speak ill of her, but again, you're all more than welcome. Stay here away from that bitch. And behind you guys hear a small chuckle from the bed. You guys look over. Eyes are still closed. It still seems like he's unconscious, but it seems like he somewhere in the unconsciousness he heard the comment about her grandmother, and then Thell is quiet again. But you guys hear just a small chuckle from him.
See, even Thell in his minds of minds thinks that she's a bitch.
Well, let's not spend the rest of the evening talking about them.
All I'm saying is that if we ran into them, Thell wouldn't be getting better and we'd probably be dead. So.
True. Well, please, there's a little bit of food left in the pantries, but we should get some rest. And as you guys are realizing this and your full day of travel already, just this morning, you guys were having a conversation with some of the dedicated members of the Pyre, and all in the same day, you guys have also been back in the keep in Alcor, and now you guys are in Stey Caria. So at this point, it's probably about 1:00 in the morning. You guys have had a very packed day.
This floor looks like the most comfortable floor I've ever, and then I fall asleep.
Ooh, hold on one second. Hello?
There
we go. Sorry, my headphone went out. The little cable went out. But yeah, you guys are able to rest for the night. Go ahead and everybody mark a long rest.
Yay.
Did I spend anything today? I don't think I spent anything.
I don't think I did either, but
cool. I know that Val did at least one healing spell today. So
right, I also used the spell.
So go ahead and mark that long rest. Get your spell slots back.
All my spell slots.
All of them.
All of Pierce's. All of his level 9 spell slots have been returned. But you guys awaken in the morning, probably a little bit earlier than you guys would hope for, as the light starts coming in. And you guys just see this massive half-orc stumbling his way, attempting not to step on the people on the ground as he's making his way to the kitchen. But you guys can see that Thell is out of bed, walking around.
I'm still sleeping.
What time is it? You said early, but
it's early. It's hard to gauge, but it's probably around 6 or 7 in the morning.
Late.
You have to go That's late for Pierce. 3 runs.
Yeah. I don't think I would have gone on a run, but I think, especially if I woke up with seeing Thell walking around, haven't officially met him, nor has he met any of us except for Val.
Yeah.
So I slowly and try to almost purposefully make a little bit of noise as I stand.
It's always that moment of when you spend the night at somebody's house, but then you don't know their dad, and then you see their dad in the morning, but you're also awake really early. So it's kind of that same level of energy. You almost make not a show of being super loud, but you make noise as you're waking up to obviously announce that you're awake.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing in my house?
Good morning. We are friends of Val. We came.
This girl
with her.
You're the friends. Buka, nice to meet you.
Pierce. Buka's and I'd point at the sleeping.
I don't think she's mentioned you, but nice to.
I'm
just kidding.
Okay.
Just give you a hard time. Just the Tabaxi kids. Well, good morning. And turns around and just keeps his trek to the kitchen. Well, Val's definitely comfortably asleep. Also, the only one on a bed. Would Buka be awake at this point, or?
I think the noise that Pierce makes is him wiggling out of Buka's. Buka has hugged his arm while falling asleep, so he has to wiggle out of his arm, and I think I'm stirring awake as he makes a joke about not knowing who Pierce is.
As Buka's head just slams on the ground after Pierce removes the pillow.
Oh no!
No.
Whoa! Are you? I sit up and make my way to my feet, and then I rush over. Can I? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Can I
What do you
look at your wounds really quick?
Who are you?
I'm Buka.
I don't think so.
No? Oh, okay.
No, you can look at the wound, but I don't think you're sure. You're a doctor.
I look at Pierce. I'm Pierce?
Sure.
Okay.
You a doctor or something?
Why don't you think I'm Buka? Okay. Well, I inspect his wound.
You look a little bit of blood still, but at this point, you guys had already been used to seeing from an incredibly heavy amount to less, but blood had always been still
moving.
The wound wasn't closing, and part of it probably is the actual just physical paste in there. But it does seem, as you are looking at, again, this is probably the most grievous wound out of all of them. It's still open. It's started to close a pretty decent amount.
Nice. Wow. You're recovering really quickly.
Yeah, it's what I do, man.
Speaking of what you do, I look over to see and double check Val is definitely asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask how you got these?
I fell.
You fell. I look over at Pierce. I look at the puncture wounds on his chest. Or was it his back? His chest?
His chest, yeah.
His chest. I look at the puncture wounds on his chest. You fell on some arrows and also a sword and then rolled in Whisper Rod?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an insight check. Luke and Pierce, you guys can both make insight checks. Val would be a hashu.
I think Darcy mentioned something about snacks. Insight. Ooh.
That's okay. I got a nat 20.
Nah. I got a
when it counts.
I got a Buka 20.
Oh, let's go. Dirty 20, nat 20. As I'll say with this, I don't think you guys glean more or less than the other because those are both great rolls. I think so much of it is he's just so used to brushing off whatever. If he doesn't want to talk about something, he just brushes it off. You guys can already tell Thell is just that kind of man. The one thing that seems to have caught him off guard was the mention of the Whisper Rot. The moment you said Whisper Rot, it's just a little furrow of the eyebrows. Thell's not a very expressive half-orc, but there's something about the mention of Whisper Rot. It seemed like it was news to him. Like it seems
he was surprised.
He was surprised.
It was like surprised that we knew, or surprised that
he had it.
He had it.
With a nat 20, I'll say that it looks like he was surprised that he had it. But he just finishes his yes.
Okay. I glance over at Pierce. Darcy said something about snacks somewhere.
Yeah, there's stuff in the kitchen.
Where was his like branding?
On his right shoulder.
And it'd be covered up, right?
At this point, he has had to lift up his shirt, but because before he didn't have a shirt on, he just had the bandages. At some point, it seems like he put on a shirt, so it is covered.
I feel like I want him to, because we never told Darcy, right?
Did you tell us?
We told.
Yes.
On the way to the greenhouse.
Yeah, we had established that you. Yeah, you had mentioned that you wanted to be clear that you didn't want to do it in front of Darcy, but not.
Yes. So she would know. She's not there in the room currently.
She is. She's actually sharing a bed with Val.
Oh, perfect. So because of that, I'm still not going to say anything out loud because I just don't want to put anything out there that I don't need to. But I want to like put a hand on the shoulder that has it and just be like, hey, we're just glad that you're okay and that we could be here for Val. Just know that we're here to help if you need anything.
Takes your hand off. Well, if you want to get snacks or whatever, go ahead. Turns around and just starts hobbling back to the kitchen. Still, you could tell in pain, but Ace Mobile is awake. And there's like a point where he, again, just like a dad when everyone is asleep, just starts making a little too much noise in the kitchen.
I was hoping he would.
There's like a point where there's like a pot that gets like dropped and he's like, shit.
In that confusion, is there any small snack that I can throw at Val to wake her up?
Well, I would say at this point, especially as it drops, Darcy and Val do wake up because the whole pot has been dropped. But
who the hell dropped the pot? Is it smoothie time?
Watch your mouth.
Good morning, sunshine.
Yeah.
It's good to see you alive.
I fell. You think a fall's gonna kill me?
You fell on an arrow, or a couple arrows and a sword?
Pauses. Yes.
Did you like the paste that we packed your wounds with?
Yeah, what the hell?
We saved you. You are so welcome.
Oh, Eris. Oh, please, my apologies for the disrespect.
Why would you say the H word like that?
Why would you say fell or got hurt or whatever you said?
It's so good to see you. Yes, my trip was good. I'm glad to see you alive and breathing. I didn't kill my father. What else? My friend almost got assassinated.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I guess good for both things. Actually, I don't care if your dad dies or not. But yeah, I heard about the whole thing with what's her face? Weaver. Yeah, I looks over at looks over the guys.
Yeah, that's her name. I'm gonna wiggle my way towards Pierce and whisper over to him. So, is he just not gonna? How are we? Or does he doesn't want our help or anything?
Looks over you guys. You guys, honestly, attentive listening.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so,
I look
Weaver.
right up here.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Weaver's good.
Are you good though?
Yeah, I'm good. A little hurt, but yeah.
Oh, so you are hurt?
No. What do you want? What do you want from me?
I want answers. What were you doing?
I fell.
Val, do you guys have like a safe word or something to just say, hey, just tell me everything you know, everything that happened, because we want to know?
No.
What kind of? Looks over at Val. What the fuck is he talking about?
Language.
When did you care about language? You work at a bar.
No, he cared about language first, and then you.
Yeah, you're in my house.
I turn around and I look for more snacks.
Safe word? Okay, anyways.
So I see you met Buka and Pierce.
Looks over. I don't think he's a Buka.
Which one?
Switches his gaze from Buka to Pierce. All right, well, I'm going to eat. What do you guys want?
We can cook. You can rest more.
Turns around. And you see that he starts making his way to the kitchen and starts preparing a meal. There seems to be some potatoes that some of the spuds seem to have started to grow a little bit. Seems like they've been there for a little bit. But he just starts dicing potatoes as he picks up the pot that had fallen and has filled it up with hot water and is just making food. Darcy at that point hasn't said anything. And this is going on for maybe only a few, maybe a minute or two. And then Darcy speaks up and just says, so are you going to say anything about what happened or morning, Darcy?
Buka and be like, here's that explanation again.
Right.
He fell.
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. He fell.
He fell.
Yeah, Darcy, pay attention.
On sword and arrows.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't forget the whisper rod.
And the whisper rod, yeah.
Looks over at Buka.
We're the one who packed your wounds with the antidote for whisper rot. We all know.
Yeah, so are you gonna say anything? Let me finish this up. I don't think that our little positivity patrol over here is gonna let me eat in peace. So let me finish this up and we can sit down.
Peace is for people who don't keep secrets.
Okay. Looks over at Val and Darcy. Do you guys want your food the normal way? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Darcy, yes. Okay. And he finishes preparing part of his little pantry area again, the cabin itself is a semi decent size. Definitely not a massive place, but everything seems to be organized really well. Everything seems to kind of have like a place, and there is like a point in a part of the pantry, like on hooks, is like salted like meats, like dried meats. So he grabs some of that and pairs like a mash of some kind, potato and meats and some like vegetables that he just found and has diced up. It smells surprisingly like delicious. Like it smells really, really good in the cabin. As you guys finally like sit down, there's only 3 chairs in this entire building. And as he sits down, and I think maybe out of comfort, out of habit, Val, Darcy, you guys have your usual seats. And then Darcy looks over at Pierce and at Buka. And she's like, I'm so sorry. You guys can sit here.
No,
Absolutely not.
You sit. I'd lean up against.
They can sit on the cot and eat.
I'm good right here. And Pierce is like standing at the counter.
And Thell at that point just starts eating and doesn't say anything. Darcy's looks over at you, Val.
Buka is eating and looking at Val.
Oh, I'm for
Is
sure.
everyone
eating.
looking at me?
It smells good. It looked good, and I've been stoked to eat this whole time.
Pierce isn't looking at you.
I'm not gonna ask him while he's eating. He's definitely one track. We're not gonna get anything out of that man now. You know this.
Thell, what happened?
Pierce pauses just for a second.
You didn't fall. I mean, I guess you did fall when you came in, but that's not what happened. And you know what I mean, okay? So you know what I mean when I say what happened. Because when I had to drag you, okay, up this cabin stairs, and you're really heavy. You're really heavy, okay? And
for her, yeah.
Yeah, and you see at this point, isn't crying, but like immediately you guys can tell already eyes are tearing up. And I don't know what happened, and you were gone, and slams the table. We deserve answers.
Yeah. Say yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, us. Yeah.
I feel like you guys aren't gonna shut up. So
No.
I was keeping an eye on the traps and some of the snares, as I usually do, and I found tracks on the woods. This was maybe about a week ago or so, and I followed the tracks and I found a group hiding in a cave, maybe a few leagues away from here. And so I wanted to go investigate, but I'm also not stupid, so I had to prepare and plan a little bit. And I was caught unawares, and one of their scouts or whatever caught me, and they ended up chasing me down and took a few of them out. But I got obviously cut up pretty badly, but I was able to get out, and I had to kind of go the long way here, which means I lost some blood, and I came back, and here we are. But it's all fine now.
A group of who? Of what? What cave?
I mean, the cave's far, but it just seemed like a group of mercenaries or something. But maybe they're here for the conclave or something. But
should we tell somebody about this?
I mean, I just woke up today, but probably.
Right. You couldn't have, but now that we know,
it's Pierce. You're smart.
Thank you.
That's Pierce.
Yep.
The smart one. That's what we say. Very intellectual.
And tall.
He is tall. But yeah, I'll probably go later once I go eat to go tell people.
Okay.
Question for the DM.
Yeah.
Knowing that because obviously I know the group that he was in. What I do know about that group, what's my, I guess evaluation of how strong or like good of a fighter Thell is?
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll either. I think insight, because it's the group, but you're also looking at the guy. So with slightly lower DC, I'll say DC 12 gets you basics. DC 17 gets you a lot. Anything above a DC 20 gets you some juicy stuff.
20 is the best I can do. So
That's why I set the DC as 20.
Can't get a 21, even if I tried. No, I got a 13.
13. I'll say with a 13, I mean, fighters, and you've met with the group before, the Children of Mercy. They're efficient killers. That much. But kind of I mentioned last episode that like in Oxa, they're very regionalized to that area. I mean, they're really good at destroying villages. And as you're looking at Thell and just him walking around, you can tell that not the same fighter he might have been 20 years ago, but he has that, so with a 13, has that like dad strength about him. Still incredibly like broad-shouldered, incredibly like you can still tell he's strong. So you get an idea that he like experiences some capacity. To what limits, you don't know, but
Right. I think knowing that and like hearing what he encountered, sounds like these guys have been, or it must have been at least relatively skilled to put up a fight against you.
nah. There's just a lot of them. But I'll say with 13, you don't know if he's saying the full truth. You don't think it's quite a lie, but adding on to that 13. But
So these thugs, do you remember how many there were?
like 20.
And were they?
You fought 20 people?
No. I killed like 7 of them, but
When?
Thell. What do you mean you killed 7 of them? They tried to kill me.
Were they organized?
Looks over at Uka as you say that. Yeah, actually. Surprisingly. So.
Did they look well supplied? Like they were more than just a group of bandits? Like they were sent there?
What do you know? Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me as you're asking these questions. And then he's going to roll an insight, but.
What'd you get?
I got a 7 on the die.
I got a 4 on the die. What is your insight?
7 plus 3.
Oh, 4 plus 6.
But I'll say with that, like Buka is coming at this in a very like you're asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Thell's first reaction when you're asking these questions is, "What do you know?"
Mm-hmm.
Because you're asking a lot of good questions that pertains to this specific group that attacked me. What do you know?
I look at Pierce. I don't know. What do you know?
You're asking a lot of questions.
We don't. Yeah, we're trying to.
And there's no answers.
Okay, I don't have answers.
You do though.
I already told you everything.
No.
Were they?
No.
Did it look like they were sent here from somewhere else?
Looking at Buka still suspiciously. Yeah. Seriously, what do you know, kid?
All I know is there's a conclave going on soon, and there are 20 people being sent. Well, thanks to you, 13 now, and there's 9 kingdoms. Each of them gets 1 guard.
They're not. They're houses. They're not kingdoms. But
right. Okay.
He's not from here. Let him be.
The world is.
Can I not educate him? Should I just leave him fully dumb?
So now's the time that you want to decide to give information out.
Nah. What do you want?
I want
The truth.
I want to help.
Val
I want to help you.
Yeah, we want to help.
There's help how?
Well, do you know if they followed you?
No, I definitely.
Are you planning on going back after them?
I haven't decided.
You should heal more first.
I'll be fine by this afternoon.
Afternoon?
Yeah, but he pulls it up, and you guys are seeing, even from the hour before, Buka, when you had seen it, wound is more closed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Val,
watch your mouth. Anyways.
So what would, just curious, what would make you want to go after them again?
Lifts up his shirt again.
Right.
Right.
They tripped him.
So
and
revenge.
He fell on there.
Okay. I didn't say they tripped me. Okay, first of all.
How else would you have fallen on the arrows and the sword?
Have you
they didn't practice good arrow safety, left it everywhere. You fell on it, rolled around. Somebody also left an unsheathed sword on the ground.
It wasn't
and then you killed 7 guys, and you ran away after that? Okay.
Everybody go ahead and give me insight checks.
I figured if we just keep tearing at his story, he's gonna have to share more.
19.
I don't want to say anything about the group that he was in because Darcy's still there, and I don't necessarily.
I think you're gonna have to
throw
throw that reservation away, brother. If we're gonna get anything out of this guy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I got a
I mean,
7 insight.
I got a 17.
17. With a 19, there's a comment or question made from Thell falling and landing on a sword where he corrects you and says it wasn't a sword. And I'll say with like a 19 and a 17 insight check, immediately you could tell regrets saying that.
Then what was it if it wasn't a sword?
I didn't say that it wasn't a sword.
You just did.
You guys got to ask all these questions.
We're trying to help you.
What does it matter what weapon it?
So we can pinpoint who these people were that you were trying to track down.
I also feel like leaving out the type of weapon specifically has got to be a reason.
It was an axe, right? It was like a big axe.
Who the hell threw an axe at you?
An even bigger guy. Doesn't matter, but
Like even bigger than you, or even bigger than the axe.
both. The axe was big though. The guy's even bigger. But
So these 20 guys, did they have a cart with them?
Cart?
A carriage? A wagon?
I didn't see anything. I also didn't fully make it into the cave either.
Okay.
Did they have something all in common that made them a group of people?
Looks over at Darcy. Yeah. It all looked like they were part of the same.
You cut out.
It all looked like they were part of the same group.
How did you know?
Because they all had the same symbol.
On what?
Their clothes. Kid, come on.
Which was what symbol?
It was a sword through it looked like a halo or something.
A sword through a halo?
The symbol of the
Right. I know that symbol.
So the symbol that's on your shoulder?
Looks over. How do you know about that? And how do you know about
We were healing your wounds.
Yeah,
and you
that's
gotta
how we saw it.
That's how we saw it on you.
I recognize it because I've spent time in that part of the world.
Do we still have his sword? Or did we put it back?
No.
I thought I kept it.
I think you kept it.
I think you kept it.
Yeah. And then I pull out his sword. Did it look like this? And I show the symbol.
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, Pierce, what are you doing?
This one. The one that we found in his floor with his letters.
Why are you admitting this?
Yeah.
Out loud.
He was not conscious.
We're being honest.
I'm trying to overshare so that he feels like he can share. He hasn't been sharing.
Amazing speed. Snatches the hands.
Yeah.
Unless you try to like.
No, it's your sword. You can have it back.
Semi-threateningly. And then Val, he's never done this really but he's holding it in front of himself and just says, you guys should not have been peeking around my home.
We had no answers. You were unconscious. You were on your deathbed. What else were we supposed to do?
And you go through my floorboards?
To find answers.
My floorboards about how I got cut?
I mean, it matches the symbol on the people who did this to you.
You didn't know that.
We were trying to find any clues, any type of motive, any type of lead. We had none. And we found this. We didn't know how it was connected. So I guess I held on to it. I'm not sure exactly why I did, but I believe it was so that way I could maybe distract. Anyway, it didn't end up playing out the way that I thought it would. And now that we all know what was happening, you can tell us, why do you think they're here?
I don't know, but they weren't extremely happy to see me.
So they know you too.
One of them.
Did you kill them?
I look at his side. The one with the axe.
Yeah. And looks over at Pierce. You've been in Ulxa?
I have spent quite a bit of time there.
Why aren't you questioning him? He seems to know more about them than I do.
I guess at this point, I think we just want to know if they were here for the conclave or for you.
They couldn't have been here for me.
I mean, this was a long time ago of a life for you, so it seems unlikely. but for them to be in this part of the world is already super unlikely.
Yeah, that's why I was extremely surprised when I came face to face with, looks at Darcy again, my old group of friends. I don't know most of the people here, but there's a couple of faces that I remember.
You killed them.
Darcy speaks up a little bit and just says, "Yeah, so how do you know these people? And I know you don't talk about your past, but what? We need answers because you almost died, and I didn't die. I would have been fine.
No, you wouldn't have.
Okay, I wouldn't have. But I'm alive now, so
You're welcome."
thanks. So
Val just smiles because she's never gotten a thanks.
You've gotten things from Thell.
Not like, it's just in a I told you so type of like hee hee.
Yeah, but looks over at Pierce. I mean, I feel like this guy knows more about this group now than I do.
I guess it would be more recent that I encountered them.
Yeah. So when did they start getting all fancy and organized?
I mean, as far as I know, that's been them from my experience. I mean, I guess out of game
reverse, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So they haven't been. They're like, I mean, they're efficient, but they're not like a warm militia.
Right. Yeah.
And you also haven't seen them in probably about 2 or 3 years. You dealt with them more at the beginning of your campaign. So,
okay.
And then like you hear stuff here and there, but it's also kind of hard to, like, I guess as an army, track a group of 15, 20 people when they'll do an attack on a town or village this end, and then you don't hear anything from. So it's kind of hard to keep track of them. But yeah, so I mean, as far as what Pierce would know, very regionalized and not very organized.
Okay. So scoot back. As far as being organized, my last like real encounter with them was 2 or 3 years ago, and they weren't efficient but not organized. And again, in Olxa,
he's quiet. You see that at this point he's confused. He's not like making an attempt to hide it. Doing here.
And for a group that this large to be this far, that's a drastic change in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when they became international.
I think we don't. Well, it sounds like we don't have the answers, but we probably know who does. Should we go ask them? And Buka like holds his rapier for a second.
Who?
I'm like, whoever did this to you.
Oh, you go find them, they'll kill you.
But if we go find them,
they'll kill you. I'll leave.
Okay.
Yeah, you no.
But
no, okay. He'll hurt you first and then kill you.
Okay, sweet. So we have a force that will hurt and kill us somewhere within the grounds of the school, less than a week before the conclave.
Yeah, so that's why I mean, you asked earlier. I don't think they're here for me.
Should we go tell the Archforge?
Okay, and then I'll go kiss a dragon.
Right.
Talk to your friend.
Yeah.
No, but so the thing that helped us save your life, we made friends as I'm like eating my breakfast. With we made friends with the Archforge.
Looks over at Darcy. I just heard about it last night.
He's really nice. I don't know if you'd like him though.
To
be honest.
Don't know if they're kidding. But
not kidding.
What?
In our desperation to try to save your life, because again, you were on your deathbed, we went to the school's greenhouse, right, to find green leaves because we had no information about that. Then this man pulled this sword. Getting there. Then this man pulled his sword on us and was like, "Leave or we'll kill you," right? And then the nice Archforge was like, "No, it's fine. They're just children," which I took offense to, but saved our life. And then we were like, "We're looking for the cure of root rot." Or not root rot, sorry. What is it? Whisper rot. And he's like, "Whisper rot?" And kind of like, whoa, you know?
Yeah, how did you know?
His name's Durin. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
He knows all the plants.
As you're saying like the name, he's like, okay, all right, this is a lot to process. So how did we know that it was Whisper Rot?
Well, Yeah, both of us.
They do healing things sometimes. I told you, Pierce was in the military.
Right.
Looks over
No
at
magic
Buka.
healing.
You were in the military?
I was in the military. I crossed my fingers behind my back.
And Buka,
You're Buka?
no, the other Buka. He works at the bar, and he has to heal people at the bar. You know, they bash their head, has seen things, whatever.
Heal people at the Valentina, get your head out of your ass. Anyways.
I like to wear it like a hat, like you.
Anyways. We should probably let people know. I mean, the actual woods themselves requires a little bit more traditional snares and traps, but the actual academy itself does have walls and protections. So they'll probably find out if they attempt anything, but we should probably let people in charge know something. And then looks over at Darcy. No, I can go. I can talk to the board and let them know just what's happening and maybe that they should keep an eye out. And then is like looking kind of at, like, obviously he's wearing his shirt, but knows that the wound is underneath. And he's like, make sure that my name stays out of it and what happened stays out of it. But yeah, of course. But maybe I can go talk to him and just let him know that Thell, maybe you had seen some of the snares maybe snapped by like people instead of that.
Human traps.
Yeah. And so he's like, yeah, I mean, they won't be surprised that I'm not there. But, okay. I'll let him know. Okay. You keep resting. Be nice to her friends. And looks over. That's Buka, that's Pierce. Get their names right. And you see that she puts a small little cloak and makes her way out. The door shutting behind her. And now the three of you guys are left with Thell.
So she's going to go tell the board.
Yep. There. Problem solved.
Great. So now that she's gone,
Mm-hmm.
I look over at Pierce. Is there anything else you want to tell us about this group?
Me?
Right.
Huh?
You said one of them, or at least one of them, recognized you. So even if they weren't here for you initially, are you concerned about?
No, he's stupid, and I'm off a ways from the school.
Great. I think
Problem
we came
solved.
here because, right, I guess, I look at Val. We came here because you were in trouble, and we wanted to help a friend of a friend. And it sounds like everything's buttoned up. And I look at Pierce like, should we go back to the greenhouse? That place was cool.
There you go. Yeah. Show them around school.
Kind of warm.
Not yet.
Yeah, for Val's peace of mind, obviously, I think we've learned very quickly that you can protect yourself, and you don't think they're coming after you. But if there's any chance that they might be, Darcy might not be so safe coming here.
Yeah, but then the school's gonna no, so they'll send people out, and they're on high alert because
Right.
all the conclave stuff. So, okay, you guys.
Timing of the conclave might actually work in favor.
Yeah, see, all good. Okay, well, looks at everybody.
Is there more food?
Yeah, man, go eat. There's plenty of food.
Why did we let her go alone? What if they tracked you back here? Like, seriously.
Looks at you guys. How long have I been out for?
He's got a point.
I'm assuming
maybe
she's
maybe 2 days.
There you go. So I know there's no way in hell that she would have just been. So Darcy can take care of herself. You should have a little bit more trust in Darcy.
I do. But people have been keeping secrets around here.
Yeah, well, not her. So first of all, you already know that I don't talk about it. So let's not make it seem like this is a new development.
No, but the new development is you almost dying.
Yeah, well, I didn't. So thanks. See, that's two things. Good.
Puka's starting to feel really good about it.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to tell me about all of your guys' adventures that you've been on? Your friend almost dying?
You're my friend almost dying.
Yeah, but you have your other one. And I'm assuming you guys kind of looks at you guys. And at this point, too, I mean, you guys are not level 1 adventurers. You guys are traveled and experienced a lot in the last just 2 weeks. And just says, and so I'm assuming you're going to tell me that you didn't put your life at risk. since you've been gone?
Well, no,
Okay.
but I
So,
wasn't. You know what? Why are we talking about me now?
because you're hiding something.
I'm not.
What are you not telling? Looks over. What is she not saying?
I look at Pierce.
So you're saying she's been safe this whole time and hasn't got.
I almost
Okay.
died once.
Okay, we're 1 for 1.
I mean, it's fine.
Okay, mine was the most recent. Okay.
I don't even remember how I almost died.
Flashback to the warehouse.
Oh yeah, to the warehouse.
Ah,
Anyway,
all of us.
we were
are
trying
looking
to
at the
save a
ceiling
guy.
For a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell her a
Well,
couple stories.
yeah, tell me about it. And then I don't know how much Val would choose to share about what the last couple weeks.
No, I'd probably tell him everything.
Yeah, you help recount everything. And the last part being, I guess, kind of meeting those speakers of the pyre and then your time in Alcor. Because that was all yesterday. That would be, I think, probably the final part of that story. And just says, what a bunch of pansy asses, fire. Like they're going to kill magic. Yeah, but zealots are scary.
Trying.
Yeah, no, zealots are scary. You should 100% figure that out. But yeah, but they're crazy for thinking that. Wow.
But also, do you. That girl likes Pierce, right?
Oh, yeah, kid, make a move. You got to make a move. Don't pick your nose.
I'm eating.
Okay, well,
I'm ignoring the conversation.
he's smart.
Pierce.
No, he's smart. He's staying quiet. Looks over his shoulder again. But no, for sure, make a move, kid. Life's too short. But see, we're all good. So he's being a little dumb, but he's got a good heart. You're being a little dumb, but I love you. I think he's just a dumb, but also good heart, I guess.
I try my best.
There you go. We're just a whole bunch of dumb.
So if these
That's why we
dum-dums
get
were
along.
to make the most of their time
Oh,
here.
you guys. Okay, yes.
Yeah. This group of dum-dums, not the other groups.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of campus?
My cabin.
Right. So we've seen that.
There you go.
Do you have a second favorite part of campus?
The path from the school to my cabin.
Yeah. So check on that one as well.
I'm a groundskeeper, kid. I don't really camp it.
Right. Where's your favorite ground?
The one outside. And there's a nice patch somewhere where they have some. It doesn't matter.
There's a sunset patch?
Sure. Valentina can show you around if you really.
Let's do that.
No. I've been gone. You've been here longer than I have.
I'm going to be so honest. You've probably spent more time on camp, more than I have.
I avoid that place when I don't have to be there.
Okay, you're still there more than I am.
I sleep here.
Okay, looks around. Every now and then. Okay, just only when she's fighting with.
Who am I fighting with?
Aren't you the Miranda?
She's a bitch.
I didn't say she wasn't. We all agree. Okay, we agree.
Yep. I met her once. Didn't know she was a princess, but I don't
Not
think
a
that
princess.
changes. She's
Not a princess.
Oh.
Her grandmother is the head of house.
Definitely would like to be one, and or acts like one.
Yeah, she got a big head, but
If your old friends could kill anyone, could they kill that house?
as you say that, gets like a serious look about him. Already non-expressive, but becomes a little bit more serious and just says, "I hope not. They're bad people."
How
What
did
made
even
you?
get in? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What made you want to get involved? Or I guess maybe want is the wrong word.
I
How
didn't
did you get
choose.
involved with them?
I didn't choose to be involved with that group. I got captured years ago. I was around you guys. I was probably around your guys' age, and attacked my village. I fought back. They thought it was funny and made me join.
And what made you want to leave? I'm
You
sorry.
do
I did read your letters.
That's okay. Isara had a way with words better than me, but I wanted to make my way back to her. I had a life before, and I was gone away for too long. And then after a few years of doing a lot of bad stuff, either your mind breaks or you break out. I broke out. So, but now it looks like they're visiting all the different nations. Never thought that would happen.
That sounds out of character for this group.
Extremely. At least, I mean, I also left that group a long time ago. But we did a lot of bad stuff, but they just stayed in Oxa. They weren't exactly
Do we know
traveling around.
how Oxa is doing these days?
Out of game, Pierce would know that no one's in like direct war with each other, but that whole area with Pelosia, Woldarosina, and Oxa, there's just a lot of skirmishes, but never like outright war. I mean, from what I've heard, they've been fighting a lot, but nothing puts air quotes official. But no, I mean, I guess from what he's telling me too, that they weren't exactly super organized a few years ago. So I don't know what since then.
Well, and the fact that they've gotten more organized.
They were well equipped.
Heard about them or seen them or encountered them over my more recent years in the military.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens when you have a shiny new leader up. But
a new leader?
I mean, I'm assuming the man that did this is the one that took over. I mean, he wasn't in charge when, but also,
Did you know him, though?
Yeah, we got captured around the same time.
What would they have to gain from traveling to this side of the continent?
I don't know, kid. But I mean, all signs point to something to do with the conclave. I mean, all the heads of the house. So, I mean, if you're going to cause chaos and destruction, which is what the Children of Mercy always did, it's a good time to do it. But to do it in a fully different nation, that's weird.
We have to find a way to get into that conclave.
No.
Well, we have to try. If we're not there, then we won't be able to know.
Know what?
What's happening?
It's not your job to know, kid.
I look at Pierce and Val. It kind of is now.
Why? They're going to stop these guys and then we'll be fine.
Which is great in theory, but what if they don't stop them?
They'll stop them.
Right.
Or Children of Mercy will know that they can't get in, and then they'll leave. Either way, problem solved.
I just don't think they're just going to knock on the door and get turned away.
Yeah, but I mean, the wards are going to do a lot of the protecting, and there's guards here. So me being caught unaware is not the same thing as now that Darcy's telling them, having a plan.
Right.
I hope that's the case.
Yeah, they're going to be on high alert right now. So even if they think Darcy is wrong or making stuff up.
Is there any chance that one of the houses could have organized this to place blame on this group for their actions?
As you say that, it looks like that possibility hadn't even Thell's mind. No, they would never hire a group that animalistic or a man that crazy.
Sounds like that's exactly who they hire.
Yeah.
No, the houses, they're a little bloodthirsty sometimes, but never outright attacks.
I hope so.
No, this group comes in, destroys, and leaves. That's what they're known for. It's not subtle in any way. And it lifts up your shoulder. This is not subtle.
I think that might be the point, though, right? If they want to blame it on somebody else.
Stands up. I need to go talk to him.
Okay. Can we come with?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, worth a try. I go back to the kitchen to grab more food.
He starts hobbling out the door.
Let's follow behind sneakily. Is there another exit to his hut?
Just the one.
No other windows?
There are some windows, are small, but I mean, you guys could probably.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on him, especially since he's still healing.
In this state, can he stop us from following us? Or following him?
I don't think he'd hurt me. He might hurt you.
So you walk in front.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's usually how it is anyway. Like, ah!
And Val skips through the path back to school, following Thell.
No, I don't want him to know.
At this point, he's also walked out
Yeah, a minute ago.
Let's just go out the front door then.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Go ahead and give me perception.
Okay, I think I got the 21.
I got that one.
That one.
I'm still eating and I have food in my hands as I walk out the door.
Hurry up, Pierce.
Also, a 21.
Okay. He adds a +8 to his stealth.
Well, I don't know where he is, but I also wasn't looking.
So on a 14 or higher,
Right.
remains
Hidden.
invisible. Cool.
Will you tell me the result? Can I give Val a bardic inspiration?
Sure.
16, man.
Huh? You
I
got
got
a
a
16?
16. I mean,
Right.
like 16 plus
21 total.
What was it?
Right?
21
Yeah,
total.
21 total.
But he has
He's
a
got
plus
plus
8.
So he
Okay,
can
I
roll
can
up
roll
to a
again.
28.
28.
Right.
Or
right.
you
Yeah.
add a...
Where is it?
D4, D6.
Oh, you add?
Yeah, you add a d6.
Oh,
to-
do you
to
roll
that
the
21.
d6 or do I add a
You
d6?
But you need to roll it before we know what the result is. And it's
Okay.
either he rolled really well and we have no shot, or he rolled like a 3. Either
It
way.
could be in the
Just a
middle.
regular.
No, I don't think you.
Yes.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
All right. Did you decide to give me bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, plus 4, so 25.
Cool.
Nice.
With a 10 on the die. The literal
Ooh.
definition of in the middle.
Reroll. Those don't
in the
exist.
middle.
Those don't exist.
You guys keep an eye on him. At this point, he's walking slowly. You can tell a little bit more like naturalness to his actual cadence as he's walking. Still in pain. But when you guys finally follow him, you guys follow him a bit. He honestly continues forward. It's early in the morning. You guys follow him probably well over an hour and a half. There's like a point when you guys are traveling that the woods become scary. This whole area, the school, the woods around it are all incredibly like Sleepy Hollow, very, very like gothic in nature. And even the woods seem to follow that same aesthetic as you guys are passing these like purple, almost red walls of like thorns and briars as you guys have to shimmy random scrapes here and there. But it also seems like he's having some level of difficulty as he's going. Doesn't seem to have tracked you guys because he also rolled a perception and rolled like a 2 on the die. So he very focused on this journey ahead. And there's like a point where eventually after, again, probably about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, there is a point where there is a clearing. You guys are, X amount of steps behind him. But you guys can see past the tree line, there is a cave, like a naturally formed cave system, part of this giant hill. And you do hear movement. At this point, you don't really see anybody, but you guys can see clearly past him. You guys can see some of the movement. Before he fully breaks through the tree line, there's like a point where he leans up against a tree, and you could tell he's catching his breath. He doesn't seem to fully recover at the point. Go ahead and give me another.
Done eating, so I'm paying attention now.
I got a 14.
14.
I got 16.
16.
I got an 11.
11. Everybody got above a 10. At this point, this massive figure walks out of the cave itself. There's been a couple other people, a mix of group of everything from like humans, half orcs, dwarves, all kind of similar garb. Very, very simple. A lot of earth tones. You guys can't quite tell, but you guys can see that there's like a small symbol on some of the clothing. From the distance, you can't quite make it out, but at this point, you've already deduced that it is the Children of Mercy. Walking out of the cave while Thell's catching his breath, massive man, easily over 7 feet tall, dressed in leather, brown, or not leather, but like brown pants, has a vest on, no shirt underneath, a massive battle axe strapped to his back. You guys see someone that you haven't seen since the warehouse fire. You guys see Kubosh walking out of the cave itself. And that is where we're going to end tonight.
What the fuck?
Cue the music.
Bruh.